This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Welcome back to Horror Month.
Horror Month.
We're back here with our gal Fanta. Miss Phantasmagoria.
Phantasmagoria.
I love it. I'm all the way on board with that.
Oh
Yes,
my
welcome
god.
back, everybody, to Phantasmagoria.
Do you
We
know,
are Phantasmagoriating again tonight.
for you, it's been a week. And for us, it's also been a week.
Just one this time.
Yeah, just one. Fuck. I'm looking forward to taking November off, man.
Sometimes it's more than one.
Look at her go.
Yep. Let's just get all that B-roll.
Look at her go. Man, we had a hell of a response to part one. This. People have been
some proper discourse.
Yeah. Proper discourse. The most we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's really good to see that kind of participation, you know. We're glad you guys are excited about this. We're going to do something a little bit different this time and just ignore all of you.
Yeah, we
That'd
even
be
heard
tragic because we actually got like some questions for Gory and
we even
a
heard
lot of engagement.
we even heard from Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ava Julia. Of all people, if you can believe it.
Yeah, a couple of old names cropping back up. I actually got a DM on Twitter from Jessica Adamson as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look what's happening.
It's just like a reunion of level, like people. I think just it's Quest for Glory, Burnout, or something like that. But yeah, a sudden conflux of the PCs again.
Citizen Scribbler's back too. He's and not only that, but Citizen Scribbler gave us some pretty cool trivia for this.
Let's have it while we're kind of wandering around. Why don't we get right into that?
Well, the actress who played Adrienne, whose name is Victoria Morsell, or Morsell, or Morsell, probably Morsell. Let's be honest here. That she wore these street clothes on the first day of filming, and they were deemed more appropriate for her character than the outfit that was planned. So she wore that outfit for 15 weeks of filming. At the end of the shooting, the jeans were held together with duct tape and patches.
Nice.
I hope they bought that for her. I hope they bought that. I hope they bought her a new pair of jeans.
Reimbursed her for them. Yeah. Maybe.
Because those are nice black jeans with the fly in the back from the back fly universe.
Yeah, the bum zipper.
Butt zipper. I don't trust these trees. They don't look real.
If we're if our trust of the things in this game are contingent on them looking real, there's going to be a lot of trouble.
Oh man, that bathroom sink last episode was fucking awesome. I couldn't tell the difference.
Those rocks in that close-up are so sharp.
Oh. What is the name of the program they used to make this scenery? I used to know it because I was... It was
Lightwave?
No, maybe. There
Early 3D Studio Max?
Yeah,
No, I know what you mean. It had like fucking trees
right?
you could drop in.
It had the trees, and the rocks looked exactly like that. Exactly. The rocks and the terrain. It was a terrain maker, basically. And I can't remember what it was.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. God damn it.
I know, right? Well, it's gone for me. I played around with it a couple times back in the early days.
Back when I was just getting started in community college and didn't really know exactly what it was that I was going to end up sort of studying, I did do a little bit of 3D art stuff, and I may have used that very same tool that you're also struggling to remember.
Yeah, maybe. When I it was in the late 90s.
Big deal in the late 90s, right?
Yeah. Terrain making program.
I'm trying to find it too. Let's just sit here in angry silence while we look at the fuck up, because
listen to the sound of the Level 0 NPCs Googling an old piece of 3D art software.
It wasn't Bryce, was it?
It was Bryce.
Bryce 3D?
Yeah, Bryce
It was
3D.
Bryce 3D. Oh
Okay,
my
that's
god!
not the one that I used. Maybe the one I used was Lightwave. I thought it was a different one. But...
So that terrain,
Lightwave is one too. Yeah.
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 But that terrain looks like it was like straight out of Brycetown.
That's some Bryce 3D shit there. I like this Beauty and the Beast angle it gives us every time we go into a new room.
Or return to this room in specific.
Can I just say right now that I love this game. I love it. I love everything about it.
I kind of have no notes. I even enjoy hating our guy, whatever his name was.
Don's awesome.
Don. I really like not liking him.
He's great.
Yeah. And I completely blanked on this, but David Homb, the guy who plays Don, is a Facebook friend of mine.
Oh, look at you. Name dropping.
Well, I mean, it was like, I felt like there was something, like, it was itching in the back of my head when we were, like, he's a member of the Classic Gamers Guild, which we have mentioned a couple of times on the show here, which is a Facebook group of people who are just into old, like, retro video games, and in a large part, Sierra games. And he just happens to be a member of them. And, we became Facebook friends in, I think, a thread about Phantasmagoria.
Well, holy shit.
Well, now I feel bad about all the things I said about his face.
Oh, he's not watching this.
He might be.
He might be.
I have not posted about the Phantasmagoria series last week for the weekend.
It's fine. It's fine. What's his name?
Dawn. Or the actor is David Homb.
Oh. Look.
Sorry.
Hey, David, if you're watching.
Yeah, you scared me.
We're big fans.
Still
We're big
working on
fans
this
of Dawn.
Stupid drain.
And that ponytail, buddy.
More damage.
Oh, man. I remember those days. Back in those days, everybody had a ponytail. Everybody. Even if
hair down to my belt.
I had
in high school.
Yeah, and when I was in high school, I had long hair. But I'm I'm a little bit indigenous, so looks real good on me. It didn't.
And now we're both just shaved heads.
That's what happens.
Beards.
Matt, Luke, and I all coexisted in the same city during the longest hair period of my life. Just, 3 to 6 inches long, kind of like a wilderness man.
You did look like a wilderness man, yeah.
Yeah,
because your beard matched.
I had sort of like a bushy beard. My head I just increased the radius of my head with just sort of my wiry hair.
Where the fuck are we?
We're in Nipawamsat.
Oh, okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
That's what it says on the sign. Welcome to Nipawamsat.
Welcome to Nipawamsat. What do you think is the I'm just gonna ask. Do you think there's anybody who's non-white that lives in this town?
We're about to find out. The answer will not surprise you.
Hey, fella.
Well, there's a
What
dog.
good boy.
Yeah, dog might not be white.
Nope. That dog has a lot of white on him, though.
That's true.
There's a white boatman. There was another white guy with a ponytail. Not Don.
Yep.
Okay.
A Dawn adjacent guy. Yeah.
A Don adjacent fellow. Again, I don't think we can overstate here. Like back in these days, everybody had a ponytail. Everybody. Even if you didn't, you did.
You had a spiritual ponytail.
Everybody had a spiritual ponytail.
Robert Tompkins Realty.
I was no older than 1 in any of the 80s, and no older than 11 in any of the 90s. So I was a youth. There were other children with ponytails that I recall.
Lady. What can I do you for?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
are you Bob Tompkins?
When's the last time I took a look?
Even this guy has a
My husband bought a
ponytail.
house from you.
Too bad you got a husband, honey. I'll have a seat. Love to do that.
If this guy is indicative of what other men in this world are like, I take back what I said about Don.
Asshole.
What was that?
Gordon. Donald Gordon.
Donald Gordon.
What?
You know what I fucking hate? 2 first names on a guy. How about you? Clearly not. You clearly like that sort of thing. All right, here we go. Look at my cigar.
Oh. You them people what took over the old Carnovasch estate.
It's Carnovasch.
Them people what took over the place.
I remember now.
Them
Your
people.
husband was that photographer. What takes the pictures for those magazines?
Yeah. Well, my husband works for several magazines. He's doing a project for Newsday magazine right now.
Newsday.
And you, little lady, you're a writer, huh?
Yes. I'm a novelist.
Oh, a novelist.
Oh man.
So what have you noveled?
This guy.
Have you heard of a book called Blue Moon Rising?
No, can't say I have.
I'm not surprised.
It only sold 5 copies.
Well, young lady, unless there's something else.
Do you think that's
I
his wife on the
that's
calendar
chit-chat
behind
for
him?
today. I got a lot of work to do. I got another client.
It'd be a weird thing to have a calendar of your
I
wife.
bet you do.
To have a calendar made.
Of your wife in a bikini.
I mean, to be fair, I have made a calendar of my cat before
Yeah,
for
that's
my wife, but you know.
that's fine. But like a calendar of your wife? It shouldn't be weird, but it is.
I could see it being a flattering gesture. Like you get a photo shoot of your wife and
There
you
is
make a
something.
calendar out of it.
Oh, if she did it,
Yes.
it would be fine.
Yeah.
Keys. Are you sure you gave my husband all the keys to the Carnovasch estate? There seem to be some locked doors.
I gave him all I had.
Bah, I gave him.
But if you don't believe me, why don't you just check for yourself?
What does that even
Well, I
mean?
think I will.
Why do you have a fish on your wall?
And how do we check? How do we
I guess we
check
just
that?
Go through the filing cabinet?
This guy's not smoking that cigar. He's just holding it in his mouth.
He just likes the
chewing
way
on
it
it.
feels between his teeth.
Aha. Carnovasch estate. All the keys, huh? What's this?
It's a very large key. So sue me.
I don't get paid to do my job.
I don't.
Like,
in fact, I don't get paid at all.
Before she came in, he was just sitting here, furiously working away, angrily mouth breathing around his cigar.
Wow.
We all just went into complete silence watching her sit down on a chair.
I actually am very impressed by the production values.
I am too, for sure.
Making games is fucking difficult. Like, you
Yeah.
need so many moving parts to work together. And I am a technical animator, so I do like rigging, and I understand enough of the process to help the artists make functional art and to help programmers make the art work. So I have an unusual sort of farm to table understanding of like modern animation. even with the flexibility of like a 3D skeleton that you can manipulate and move around, it's fucking difficult to get a prop to line up, you know? To get it to like behave correctly and get people to pick shit up and put it down again. To do it all pre-recorded like this, and render out stuff to match, like, that's tough. The amount of forethought and imagination at play here, it's great. It's incredible work.
Yeah. No, no complaints. This is great. I
wonder.
You wonder
how
what?
How many times they had to like come back and shoot a specific additional animation for a scene?
Well, they did it all in 15 weeks.
It's true. But I mean, like, you know, unless they did all of the like character animation at the very end after they'd already scripted and designed all the puzzles, you would think that there's a good chance, and like had also done enough playtesting at that point to also go like, okay, well, I think we have all of the puzzles worked out, and we've sort of built in all the additional animation that's meant to help telegraph the solutions to these puzzles. Not to give Sierra too much credit and say that they put a lot of extra effort into telegraphing the solutions to all their puzzles, but
with advancements in virtual production, we might see a resurgence in games like this, where they're sort of lightly interactive, but mostly like studio recorded.
I mean, we already have to a certain extent. Like, there's the Dark Pictures anthology games, which are, you know, ostensibly interactive movies, although done entirely in 3D models, like Man of Medan and the recent The Quarry and Little Hope and stuff like that.
Where I don't think we'll see like film characters rendered onto 3D backgrounds, but like recording an actor and having their emotions go directly onto the character in question and acting things out in real time. Like if you look at the behind the scenes stuff they did with like The Mandalorian and shit like that, with like capturing stuff live with like real camera movements and stuff like that.
I know that there's also a sort of budding business right now, getting celebrities to create basically like 3D sort of backups of their current like bodies and faces and stuff like that, to allow to license out their likeness rights.
Right.
I'm trying to remember who recently did that. Like I read an article saying that, you know, basically some well-known actor had like had done exactly that, had gone and gotten their face and like you know, sort of general body scanned and stuff like that, so that for the specific intent of licensing that.
You could do a lot of cyberpunk shit like that. Just Keanu up a character.
I know James Earl Jones recently gave his voice to Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
just recorded a bunch of phonemes, and now they can say anything in Darth Vader's voice?
Yep.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
From now until the end of time.
Fantastic.
Well,
I mean, you know, James Earl Jones is getting up in years. I'm surprised he's not retired actually at this point. I haven't seen him in much. But
it was a classy move, like for the sake of the fans, for him to do that. Though I hope they paid him so much that his great grandchildren won't have to pay for college.
I am the official hint keeper. I watch your every move.
What the?
Ask me for a hint if you are hopelessly stuck, but use me sparingly. Too many hints can spoil the game.
She's just looking around the room, terrified. What the fuck?
Hello, I have many hints for you. What a voice.
Hint Keeper is my name, and hints are my game.
That celebrity likeness thing could be kind of cool. Like if you're making a game and you just want to Willem Dafoe a character up. Like if you could just like buy his like likeness, get some models together, and then get him in for a few days recording. Boom.
Yeah, absolutely. James Earl Jones is 91.
There you go.
91.
That's a ripe old age.
there's lots of guys you see. Like James Earl Jones was not a thin guy.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And he's in
Even
fucking
back
91.
in the Thulsa Doom days. You know?
Yeah.
You never know with people, though. Like, health is a very relative term.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You get people who, like, smoke 3 packs a day or whatever, live to the baffling age of 113 or some shit like that.
Yeah. One of my favorite artists died today, and he was 47.
Damn.
Like, it's not good, man.
You really just can't tell. You never know.
Yeah.
Was it something predictable, or was it?
It was a heart attack at 47.
No. Heart attacks. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot more. Like, I don't know if this is just confirmation bias, but it feels to me like there's been a lot more heart attacks in young folks, like under 50 folks, since the pandemic started.
Hey.
It could be.
Hey, don't say that.
I mean, that's a thing.
I mean, the world's a stressful place, Not that everyone who experiences stress later experiences a heart attack, but I think there's a correlation there, right?
This reporter attended Carnot's Phantasmagoria show in London's Egyptian Theatre last night and found it
That's the name of this game.
spine-tingling and incredible. Women were swooning in the aisles at the gory realism of his spectacles. For the uninitiated, Carnot's shows are not for the faint of heart, as they feature
Occult images,
occult the black arts, torture devices, bodily amputations. Of course, all are accompanied by a generous dose of screams, shrieks, howls, and frightening organ music. Those of you up to thrills and chills won't want to miss this.
Nothing quite like listening to the sound of someone getting their arm amputated while listening to Toccata and Fugue.
By frightening organ music, I was definitely picturing like a pile of flapping meat. Just the music,
that kind of organ.
The music of organs.
Just air pushed through organs.
Yeah. Just a pile of inexplicably struggling organs and the music that they make between them.
That is terrifying organ.
I think you get some high whistling sounds, You would see you'd see some strange moist bladder just pinch up convulsively on itself, and then a high balloonish squeak escape.
Strange bladders.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want some? Oh, you asked a question for Gory last week, Alex. Do you remember what it was?
It's true.
Yeah, I asked how haunted a place would have to be for you to not want to move into it. And particularly in light of cost of living these days. If you inherited a mansion, how haunted would it have to be for you to say, no, I'm not living here?
Well, we got some answers.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we did. Joseph Davies, first one, says he's like, I don't think a mansion could be sufficiently haunted that I wouldn't want it. In fact, this would likely only raise the value for me. So that is next level, right? Like that is it's a feature.
Yeah, I'm with you, Haas. I think that's a good take on it.
Jeremiah, it has come to my attention that
no one gets killed by ghosts,
while traveling
Just you never hear it.
Winter.
It is my understanding that this tome contains powerful information regarding ancient rituals of sorcery.
I think people get killed by ghosts all the time.
I relish the thought of reading it. As you know, I am sometimes frustrated by the fact that I cannot really control the world around me. That my
This looks like my handwriting in grade 9.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to exercise the part of my brain that knows how to read it. It's not a good sign.
Will you be in town then? If so, I would like to set up a meeting during which I could examine your fascinating...
There's some kind of, like, magician's rivalry going on in the background here.
...is really authentic. I would be more than willing to pay a hefty sum for its purchase. I look forward to hearing from you. Best regards.
Regards.
Zoltan.
Well.
Regards.
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 The best of regards.
Friend of the show, Julia, says, hey, if the haunting was subtle stuff like reflection of a painting being different, then I'd be cool with it because you probably wouldn't even notice. But if blood was coming out of the shower heads or doors disappearing and reappearing, it would be inconvenient. Yes. Inconvenience. Huge. Huge for me. I wouldn't want the inconvenience.
You know what? If I had blood showers, I don't know if I could deal with that. Like if the shower was just sometimes blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be.
Yeah, I don't know that the blood showers would be something that I could stick with for very long.
It's a really good point. I didn't think about blood showers.
Prognostications of evil?
Because, like, I need a good shower, you know? End of a long day.
This guy had some strange taste.
I wonder if
Worship
the
of
blood
animals?
conforms to the temperature setting that you
Secrets
put on
of the dead.
your faucet.
It would be hot blood.
Yeah, I guess I've never had a scalding hot blood shower. Maybe it's really soothing. Just sort of equalizes your insides and your outsides.
Oh, man.
You'd want it to start off as water, turn to blood, and then turn back to water.
Yeah, the sort of drying blood would be a fine exfoliant, I would think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but okay.
Well, it's kind of powdery, you know? When it dries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not wrong.
It'd be like one of those charcoal face scrubs, but with human blood. Or inhuman blood. We don't know what type of blood it is.
It'd probably be human blood.
It's about as unsanitary as you can get, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure if this is just an issue with the rendering of the brick wall, or if it actually is like, oh, there you go, brick painted onto a flat surface.
There you go. See what you did?
But now I've got my information.
You 80s cartooned that shit.
Sure did.
I'm pleased with that. I say 80s, but they've been doing that since the 60s, man. You know?
Oh, it's as old as cartoons.
It's as old as cartoons, yeah. Don't put your head
Probably
in there, no!
Predates cartoons, honestly.
She just gets extruded through the hole like Play-Doh.
Ooh, that's a nice room.
Yeah, I had a little secret ritual chamber in my house here.
Oh, look.
No,
that's maybe that book we were just reading about.
Okay, you can't. That's not how bricks. That's not. Okay.
It's how that one brick worked.
It was like she put about as much effort into tearing that brick off as my cat would. Like tapped it gingerly.
No, that's a peephole. Like that's clearly a peephole. Like that yeah. No, like yeah, see? Her body language.
Brick wall glory hole into the ritual chamber.
Can I just say
you can.
Victoria, like props. That's some decent acting there. Hands on the hips, one hand on your chin, one crossed across your body. It's like, I don't know what to do here. This is bullshit. And then you figure it out.
Damn, it's not working.
Nope, you didn't figure it out. You fucked it up. But the acting the acting is everything.
Yeah, told to fuck it up.
Yeah.
We could, did we try the hammer?
We're about to.
She goes in, she's got the hammer.
I like that they anticipated you might want to try the hammer.
No, the hammer will make an awful mess.
Oh no, not a mess. Oh no, not a mess. Not a mess. No, God. Anything.
Can we lay some newspaper down and then create a mess?
Like... I think you should go in the bathroom and see what old Don's doing in there. Don knows about tearing shit apart. Go get Don.
That is true.
Don, there's a ritual
Don, I have
room.
a remodeling project for you.
I found a darker room.
It's darker.
That's true.
Than your bathroom.
It's gotta be the darkest room.
Yeah, but I can't shit in there, Adrienne. Can I?
I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. But there is no plumbing. I suppose that's the part. That is a problem.
One of the more interesting components of my youth was getting to explore old church architecture. Like going into the cavernous space above a vaulted sort of cathedral ceiling. And the custodian of a church once took me up into the rafters and just indicated where I could walk around. And there was shit like there were classrooms up there in the shadowy, cobwebbed expanse above the church sanctuary. That you could only reach by walking in safe places along, rafters. But there were rooms built in there with chairs and stuff that people had used in bygone decades. And if you stepped in the wrong spot, you would fall 80 feet to your death. You would just plunge through ancient paper-thin wooden boards that made up the ceiling and die.
Wow.
There were rooms in one of the churches that had no entrances. And the custodian who had taken up his job from someone who had previously gotten the post had to deduce them from the exterior windows and found out how to get into them through the ceilings.
Jeez.
And they'd just be full of, chairs from a forgotten decade. And somehow the doors had gotten modeled over, but, people had just, we're just going to close these in here, then we're going to remove the door. Like you're playing a simulation game. Like you're just going to trap the Sims inside and remove all the doors kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The room behind the fireplace reminds me of that a little bit.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
In book reading stasis here.
Oh, God.
Get an itchy wrist for a second.
His sudden appearance there was a bit vampiric, even though he's just reclining.
I am comfortable. I promise you that.
His head hovering about half an inch, 2 inches above the pillow here.
Is this the bed we made love in?
Hey, hon, taking a break?
Presumably.
Yeah.
He is somewhat lying in the attitude of one who means to stand by just pivoting about his ankles.
Okay, enjoy your book.
I've had enough of tearing apart the bathroom. I'm gonna read for a bit. Can you turn up the roaring fire? Can you throw another, 8 pieces of wood on there?
I keep telling you, Don, neither of us is starting these fires.
Good one, Adrienne. Give him some money. Get the fuck out.
There's nothing else I can interact with Dawn with.
No. Dawn is lost to us.
We tried unlocking him.
Yep.
We did. We tried everything.
And we tried hammering him.
See if we can piss him off by turning the TV on.
All right. Well, that was it, I think, for the answers for hauntings. I think.
Oh, wow. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Didn't someone ask us whether we were Shaniacs or Bugaras?
Yes, that's not. Those are the questions for Gory.
I see.
That's a separate thing.
A separate thing, right? Those weren't the answers to my question.
No. No,
it's
God,
a separate
no.
question for Gory, which it was posed by others,
Yeah.
which we will get to next week
Or next time.
on Horror Month.
It's not going to be a whole week. You don't have to wait a week.
Next episode of Horror Month.
Lightning bolt, deep thunder sound.
Frightening organ music. All right, that's enough of that shit.
My parents have.
We'll see you. We'll see you next episode. Stay in school.
Yep, unless you're already out.
Yep. In which case, don't worry about it.
Or go back. That's an option.
Continue to grow and educate yourselves, in or out of school.
Yeah, bye.